Hey guys, and welcome back to Magical Beginnings. It's your girl, yours truly, We Read. And today I want to talk about petitions. How to write them, what's the purpose of them, and how to get the most out of them for your magical and everyday needs. So sit back, relax, if you like, grab a pen and paper. We're going to write some petitions. So I'm going to do this in two parts. I want to explain the basics of writing a petition and what's needed, and then I'll get into personalizing and more focused intent with petitions. So a petition is basically a written request, demand, or promise to a higher entity, to the universe, to a specific deity. There's a very unique power in putting your thought and your emotion onto paper into written form, whether it's written word or a picture. That's a quality, as of now, pretty much only human beings possess. And it's a very good practice to utilize that and use it as a higher form of connection. Typically, clean paper, permanent ink, clear, concise thoughts. Try to keep it short and as sweet as possible. Once your petition is on paper, you want to focus your shade. You want to connect with whatever energy, entity, deity that you are petitioning. If you're petitioning yourself, you definitely want to sit and focus and meditate on self. You want to make sure that your Holy Trinity, mind, body, and spirit is aligned, and you're going to receive this petition clearly. Typically, dispelling or expelling might be the right word, but typically to petition, to give, to address the energy or entity that you've written your request, your demands, commands, your promise on to, Typically, to deliver your petition, you want to set it to fire. There's a very strong connection. I'm still looking for the right way to explain the connection with smoke and the spirit realm. I'm still really struggling with it myself, but it does exist. It's a very strong connection with smoke and spirits. This is why we burn so many things in magical practices and spiritual workings. Petitions are no different. The typical way to have your petition received by the energy that you are petitioning is to burn it. Now, I always tell people intent, intent, intent. I just said it a second ago. As you focus your intent, as you focus on your intent, you can personalize and bring so much more life to petitions by being creative and being yourself with writing the petition. This is the second part I wanted to do, the advanced part of petition writing. All magic is personal. I keep saying verbatim spells are never guaranteed because the person who wrote it was in a specific mindset, specific one set, energy length, wavelength, everything. They were in a specific place at a specific time, and all those energies matter when you're conducting spell work and petitions alike. So, let's talk about how to get the most out of your petitions by jazzing it up, making it a little bit personal, infusing reflections of our shape. Advanced tricks and tips that I like to use when writing petitions to get the most out of them, to personalize them, and to make sure that they reflect me as much as possible are using more than just paper. Paper is, again, is ideal, it's common. When you think of writing, you think of paper. Paper's not the only thing you can write on. Consider what your intent is, what you want, what your request, what you're trying to get out of your petition. If you're working with self, maybe consider using a mirror, maybe even a photograph of yourself. If your petition is directed towards improving someone else's benefit, maybe using a photo of them would be ideal to write the petition on. You don't have to limit yourself to the basics of any magical practice, ritual practice, or spell work. I advocate very, very firmly that verbatim spells are not the best way, especially for beginner witches, to begin their magical journey. You want to become your magic. You want your magic to become you. And by personalizing it, this is how you do it. If you run a business and your petition is to make your business grow, consider writing it on a paper with your logo. Consider writing it on the back of your business card. You know, you have to become your magic. The petition cannot physically fuse to you, but you definitely want to physically make the petition a representation of you as much as possible. That way, when it's delivered to the energies you're petitioning, that you're requesting this help from, that you're demanding this help from, it's delivered with you in intent, with you in focus and mind. Other tricks and tips I like to use is not just using ink. Permanent ink is ideal. Everybody has a pen somewhere around or can grab a pen from the corner store really quickly, no problem. If you're using a pen, consider the color ink you're using. Color is an amazing tool with magical workings. A lot of people associate certain energies with colors. That's why candle magic is so big, and that's why using the different color candles in candle magic is so big, because it gives you a physical way to connect through color. So if you're doing prosperity, again, I'll just stick with prosperity for all my examples, so that way I'm not over influencing. But in terms of prosperity, you might want to write in green ink or gold ink or silver ink, you know, or if you can find them gel glittery pens, if glitter represents glam and glitz for you, and that's what your petition is all about, think outside the box. There are magical inks that you can make or purchase that will empower your spells, such as dove's blood, bat's blood, and dragon's blood ink. Dressing your petition the same way you would dress a candle, with oils, with dragon's blood. Dragon's blood is great for empowerment. This, again, research heroes. Don't limit yourself to just what you hear about, what you learn about. Get books on herbs, get books on stones, get books on everything. If you get a book on herbs, it should definitely cover resins. Get books on oils, get books on everything. You don't even have to buy the books. Free PDF files are available all over the internet. You can read things for free on Google Play, on you know, Apple charges you for everything. So I don't know about you Apple users, Siri, she on bullshit. But yeah, Google is your friend. I'm always gonna say that. That's like the New Age Bible, all jokes aside. Information is power, and it's all there. The more you learn about heroes, the more you connect to them, the more you will see how you can use them. And choosing dressings for your petitions, again, oils, inks, perfumes, things of that nature, will empower them and help you connect to them. Another advanced tip or trick, if you're petitioning a specific deity or energy, if you're calling on the universe, the four elements, these things, you want to make them comfortable as you're calling them in. I am going to shoot a video specifically on deities and offerings, proper way to welcome them, proper way to thank them, things of that nature. But until then, make them comfortable. You wouldn't have your family and friends in your house feeling uncomfortable. You don't want spirits, energies, things that you're asking for help and assistance with to be uncomfortable. So if you are requesting or petitioning a specific energy or deity, you might want to have things you want to consider, definitely having things that make them comfortable, scents through incense, burning herbs, flowers, things of that nature, offerings, etc. Also, another good tip for petition writing is knowing numerology. Numbers, the same with colors, correlate to specific energies, to specific deities and energies. Sticking with the topic of wealth, finances, the number 8 is associated with money. The number 8 is associated with wealth, is associated with growth and prosperity. So if you're writing a petition and it has to do with money, you might want to consider writing it 8 times. If you're writing a petition to reverse a situation, to remove somebody from your life or remove a habit, you might want to consider a great tip or trick is writing in reverse, writing backwards. Again, scrap paper is your friend. It's not that easy to write out a clear, concise thought backwards. So you want to write it on scrap paper first, that way you can see it and you can get it down properly on your petition. But that's a great tip that I use very often, and it works very, very well. And my last set of tips and tricks would definitely have to be on ways to have your petition received. Again, the most typical way is to burn. I love burning things. Smoke just connects me with higher energies. It connects most spiritual people with higher energies. But it's not the only way. Especially if your petition is being used in spell work, you might want to, or if it's a promise that you're trying to keep, you might want to consider stashing your petition, whether it's in a personal item, somewhere in the home or office, wherever your petition pertains to. Stashing your petition and holding on to it is a very good way to have your petition be heard, by letting it exist, not dispelling it through smoke or flames. Incorporating your petition in honey jar spells, in freezer spells. Incorporating your petition as a part of a honey jar spell or of a freezer spell is a great way to have your petition received without actually destroying it or burning and dispelling it. If your petition, if you're an air person, or if your petition is something that you just want to let go of, ripping your petition instead of burning it is a great way. There's this thing circulating the internet. I haven't done it, but I think it's really, really cute, the whole idea of it. I can definitely see where the ideology came from. But writing petitions on toilet paper and flushing them down the drain, down the toilet, signifying that you're done with bullshit, is again a great, it just seems so cool to me. It's like magic doesn't have to be typical. It doesn't have to be or witch's brew and pots and brooms. You know, we are growing. This is a new era. We are a new generation of magical beings, of practitioners, of gods, goddesses, witches, warlocks, or however you associate yourself on a higher than just physical level. So utilizing the things that we have at hand to us is a great way to empower your magic, your ritual work, your spell work, and even your petitions. I think I gave you guys all my tips and tricks, and I definitely covered all the basics. If you guys have any of your own personal tips and tricks that you use when writing petitions, definitely leave it in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. That way you stay connected to all my upcoming videos. And as always in parting, I wish you guys much ashe and namaste. Later, guys.